welcome. Welcome everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brooklyn Chinatown. I am so thrilled to welcome everyone here today, and especially honored to welcome our mayor to Sunset Park. He is always be a tremendous friend on our community. And my name is Louis Liu, and I have been active members of the community for over 10 years. I am currently the vice president of the Brooklyn Community Improvement Association. And then we all know the 8th Avenue community is the fast growing home for Asian American and the Chinese American family. So it is only fitting the 8th Avenue to be the future size of the friendship art. A gift from the Beijing and Chaoyang district. The arts would welcome local residents and the visitor to Sunset Park, Chinatown, and serves as the bridge between the Beijing and New York City. In China, there are many archery positioned at the entrance to the major urban street and the temple or park and the government offices. But New York City is the ultimate cities and immigrants, and it is make a perfect sense for us to have our own arch too, right? So the archway was structured to act across 8th Avenue and stand out for the vibrant colors. It is be over the 40 feet high, and with a blue and indigo colors tower and the image of the medical creatures and the former temple of the heaven in Beijing. Across of the middle area of the arch, there will be a Chinese incidence, 它叫做四海一家在中间。And across the yeah, right, yeah, okay, all right, and the translator to say as the one family over 4 seas, right, and as well, and the English instructions they say is Brooklyn, Beijing, Chaoyang, right. So Mayor de Blasio, he's understand immigrants and the Chinese American community have helped make the New York City what it is today, and I am grateful for his commitment to this project, as well as the support of the Brooklyn Borough President Allen and anyone else here today who has to help make this possible. This is a testament to endurance bond between our two countries and between New York City and Beijing. The friendship art is something that every New Yorker from every corners of the city can be proud of. And as now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our great mayors of the New York City, Bill de Blasio.
Well, Louis, thank you. First of all, I gotta say, Louis, you have done amazing work for this community. I've watched for a long time. I know this is a really important day for you, but it really symbolizes what you have done and so many other great community leaders have done to make this neighborhood something wonderful for all of New York City. Let's thank Louis for everything he has done. So this is a wonderful day, a day of celebration. We're acknowledging a great community. We're acknowledging our extraordinary connection to a great nation far away. And it's something that allows us to appreciate, as Louis said, we're proud to be the ultimate city of immigrants. We're proud of what all the different communities of this city have contributed. This is another way of showing it. I want to say before I go any further, we have two special guests. And they are people we honor. They are powerful symbols to this city for their dignity and their grace, even in the midst of adversity. And we feel for them to this day. And they're a great example of immigrants who came to this city and gave us so much. I want to thank the parents of Detective Wen Jian Lu who are with us, his mother, Xiao Yan Li, and his father, Wen Tan Lu, for all that they have done, and I want them to know we will stand with them always. God bless you. I have to say at the outset as well, this announcement came as a result of a lot of work, of such a good, noble idea, but it took a lot of work to put it together, an extraordinary amount of work. And you're going to hear from Borough President Eric Adams in a moment, but I have to tell you, he has been extraordinary in his perseverance. He raised the idea, and he raised it again, and he raised it again, and he raised it again, and he kept saying, this is something we have to get done for this neighborhood, for this borough. And I gotta tell you the truth, Eric Adams does not like bureaucracy when bureaucracy stops good things from happening. So he kept pushing, rightfully so. But the city agencies, many agencies have to get involved in figuring out how to do this. And they got together and they worked it through. I want to particularly thank representing the Department of Transportation, the Borough Commissioner Keith Bray, and I want to thank our Commissioner for the Mayor's Office of International Affairs, Penny Abiwardena. Let's give them a big round of applause for all their work bringing us to this day. We also have been working great coordination with the Consul General's Office of China for their real cooperation in this effort. We thank you. We have here from the Consul General's Office, Consul Zhuyong, I'm going to try my best, Zhuyong Zhou, I hope I'm saying that right, and Vice Consul Liwa Li, and we thank them and their whole team for their great work on this effort. Let's give them a big round of applause. And finally, all the community leaders who are here, everyone who participated, thank you very much for your vision, for your commitment. And someone who helped to get the ball rolling a long time ago and is in the hearts of all of us as Brooklynites, former Borough President Marty Markowitz. Thanks for helping to get the ball rolling on this great. Dreams do come true, Marty, especially in Brooklyn. So here's something we don't acknowledge often enough, because this city, you know, when you think about a lot of different communities in this city, we have the largest community, for some nations, the largest community outside their nation. I see Diana Reyna is here with us, and for example, New York City has the largest Dominican community outside the Dominican Republic. That's one example. But what is important to note is that New York City has the largest Chinese population of any city outside of Asia. It's right here in New York City. And we want to honor the amazing contributions of the Chinese community here in our city. And what's amazing is the community's big and in a lot of boroughs and it's made a big contribution, but one thing's been missing all along, which is a friendship arch. And it's funny, you go to some other cities and you see one. You go to some cities that have a much smaller Chinese population and you see one. How is it possible we didn't have one here? Well, it's time to get it right. And it's time to recognize the contributions by putting up this beautiful symbol. Eric Adams understood from the beginning that this would send a message about the community all over the city. But being a good Brooklynite, he wanted to make sure that everyone understood that in Brooklyn, this Chinese community has grown to such an extraordinary extent, and Sunset Park and the surrounding area are now a major, global, in fact, Chinese community right here. This was the right place on 8th Avenue to have this arch. And I want to say at the beginning, we really appreciate, we've had great cooperation, and a particular thanks for the gracious gift from the Chaoyang district in Beijing that made this possible. And we're so happy and so appreciative of their support. When this is completed in the next couple of years, this will become a site that people come to from all over the city. And the inscription, as you heard from Louis, is just beautiful. It's so simple. It says, 4 C's, 1 family. 4 C's, 1 family, which is another way of saying we are all one human family. And it's a great, great message. And what better place to have that message than in New York City, and particularly in Brooklyn, which is the ultimate example of all of humanity coming together and living in harmony. It's not perfect harmony, but it's pretty amazing what we do in Brooklyn every single day. And we want to send that message to the whole world. So this is a wonderful moment because we're announcing something great, but it also is a special moment for Eric and I because we've had a great week together in Brooklyn City Hall in your borough week. We're concluding it on a high note. We made a lot of major announcements that are going to have a big impact on Brooklyn. My deputy mayors and commissioners have been crisscrossing Brooklyn and following up on a lot of the concerns of the borough president and a lot of other elected officials and community leaders. So this has been a great week, and what a great way to end it. But what we do when we have these weeks is we emphasize as a city of 5 boroughs. And every borough matters, every neighborhood matters, every New Yorker matters. And that's why we're going to make sure that our government continues to connect to the grassroots, listen to what people need, listen to great ideas like the idea for this arch. Not, say we reject them out of hand or they're too complicated. Actually listen to communities and find creative ways to do things that will make people's lives better and to celebrate our communities. So that's what it's all about. With that, I want to introduce the man of the hour because, boy, he could not have worked harder for this. And he burned up my phone line many, many a time. Your borough president, Eric Adams.
Thank you. I want to thank the mayor, Deputy Commissioner Trottenberg, Public Design Commission, Community Board. I know you got my back. Brooklyn Community Board 7, Sino-American, Brooklyn Chinese community, and our sister city. And clearly this is government imperfection because of the continuation of the seed that was planted during the previous administration. Borough President Marty Markowitz planted the seed. It was my responsibility and obligation not to cut down that seed, but to continue to water and nurture it and allow it to grow into full fruition as we're experiencing here today with this rich community. The mayor is right. The Chinese community in New York City is the largest Chinese community outside of Asia. And after my 6 visits to China and interacting with the Chinese community and finding out their love of not only New York City in general, but specifically in their love of the borough of Brooklyn. This is a place where the Chinese community calls home, as well as many other ethnic groups. 47% of Brooklynites